Well, there is a drugs case that has captured the nation's attention, mostly because it involves a high-profile VIP individual. The update on the Aryan Khan case is that the NDPS court has extended his judicial custody until the 30th of October, and the Bombay High Court will hear his bail plea only on the 26th of October. Aryan Khan, his friend Arbas Merchant and 5 others were detained and arrested on the 2nd of October this month. A lot of people are asking if process has been made the punishment in the case of Aryan Khan, and if the case of 6 grams of charas or marijuana is perhaps being exaggerated. We have to put this case into perspective. And in order to do that, we have to take a look at all of the other cases that have come up as far as drugs are concerned in our country over the last 3 months. What my team and I have done is we've put together all of the drug seizures in and around India that have an impact on our country, our national security, and the integrity of our economy. We will compare that with the 6 grams of charas found in the Aryan Khan case, not on him personally, but on his friend Arbas Merchant. That will give us an idea of what the situation is as far as narcotics and contraband is concerned in India right now. Well, if we're going to talk about it, the first case we must talk about is the Mundra Port seizure. Mundra Port is a port in Gujarat that is managed by the Adani Group. 3,000 kgs of heroin was seized in Mundra Port with a street value of 21,000 crore rupees. Now, what is 3,000 kgs of heroin? Imagine a 3 kg bag of atta that you buy from the store. Now imagine 1,000 of those bags. That's how much heroin was seized. It was in 2 shipping containers, and there was a certain amount of audacity to put that much drugs in just 2 shipping containers. The street value of 21,000 crore rupees is more than what Tata paid to buy Air India from the government of India. It's more than the value of the Paytm IPO, which is likely to be India's largest IPO. It's more than what the government of India is spending building its pet Central Vista project. It's that much money. Possibly could destabilize our economy, as some have written about, and could also impact a very big election in a very big state. To give you some details, the Directorate of Revenue Intelligence, which was investigating this case, has said the heroin was likely headed for Delhi for part consumption and partly for further transport. The consignment came in from Afghanistan via Iran into India by ship into the Gujarat port. Why no other port? That was a question that was not answered. Vijayawada-based trading company called Ashi Trading Company actually signed for it, but we understand the couple who owned that company, who are now in custody, didn't know what was in it because they were actually only getting paid a few thousand rupees, about 30,000 rupees, to sign for that, for that consignment. The court pulled up the DRI for not investigating Adani ports to see if anyone had benefited from the movement of the drugs in that port, and it came down very hard on the DRI for not investigating well enough. On the 6th of October, the National Investigating Agency, or the NIA, took over the case completely and has been conducting searches in Delhi and in Uttar Pradesh, but that's the last we know on an update of this investigation. There was also an accusation that the same company from Afghanistan had sent a previous consignment worth far more, 8 times, worth 25,000 kgs of heroin that had already made its way into India, but there's been no official confirmation to that accusation. Now, while the NIA has not let up too much about its investigation, most experts say that that is a good thing, because in cases like drug seizures, the agencies need to investigate quietly so that people don't know what their next move is. But the Mundra Port drug seizure was not the only one. There were a series of other seizures that came in by boat that we must take into the whole picture. Let me take you through the main seizures that we found out about, and this is all written in the press over the last 3 months. Now, as reported by the Hindustan Times, on the 6th of October, 150 kgs of heroin worth millions of dollars were seized in a joint operation by the Coast Guards of India, Maldives and Sri Lanka on a boat that had actually shipped from Pakistan. This came just days after it was detected in international waters in the Indian Ocean off Kerala's coast in Kochi. Now, according to that same report, this was the 5th such drug haul that came out of boats that had been shipped from Pakistan that were recovered over the last 3 months. The Sri Lankan Coast Guard had seized 140 kgs of heroin from a vessel registered in Iran in July 2019 in a similar coordinated operation. The officials say that the seizures of narcotics from the Indian Ocean region is a matter of concern for New Delhi. In April this year, the Indian Navy intercepted a Sri Lankan fishing vessel that had 337 kgs of heroin, estimated worth of 3,000 crore rupees. Now, it was taking the contraband to India, Maldives and Sri Lanka along the Iran-Pakistan-Baluchistan region and considered to be a major port for the origin of Afghanistan heroin. September 10th, the Sri Lankan Navy intercepted a foreign fishing vessel carrying 170 kgs of heroin in international waters. 9 Pakistani nationals were aboard that boat. The operation was carried out on the basis of information gathered following a seizure previously of 290 kgs of heroin on the 30th of August and the 336 kgs of heroin, which I told you about earlier, on the 4th of September. 7 Pakistani nationals were earlier arrested by the Sri Lankan agencies on a mothership that it impounded. March 2021, the Indian Coast Guard intercepted a Sri Lankan fishing boat with 300 kgs of heroin on it, AK-47s and 1,000 rounds of ammunition. The Indian Coast Guard intercepted that boat off the coast of Kerala. Now, the case was taken over by the Narcotics Bureau for further investigation. It is suspected that that consignment was loaded onto the trawler mid-sea from the mothership that belonged to a Pakistan-based drug trafficking syndicate. August 2021, which is this year, the Directorate of Revenue Intelligence seized 300 kgs of heroin from some containers at the Navaseva port in Navi Mumbai in Maharashtra. It was being smuggled in the garb of a talcum powder consignment. Remember, this sounds very similar to what we heard from the Mundra port. At the same time, in August last year, in the same port, the DRI had found 191 kgs of heroin. Several persons, including 2 custom house agents, were arrested in that case. Now, the Hindustan Times, in fact, also quotes one official saying that basically, because of the COVID-19 outbreak and because there were restrictions imposed on the other means of transportation, many of these smuggling cartels then started using ships and boats and fishing trawlers, which might seem innocuous but were actually carrying heroin. Also, with the Taliban taking over Afghanistan, which accounts for 85% of the global total opium production, the situation will worsen further. Heroin is processed using a morphine extracted from opium that's largely grown in Afghanistan. Now, back of the envelope calculation, which is what we're doing, on the street value of these drugs that I just called out from all of these seizures would take it up to 31,000 crore rupees. Of course, these were coming from different countries and meant for different countries. But to give you an idea of the kind of money that is, the money that the Indian government has spent so far on vaccines for all of the citizens is 35,000 crore rupees. This is 31,000 crore rupees. So it's pretty close. It's a very, very large amount of money. Now, apart from this, there were smaller seizures, multiple small drug seizures that happened all over the country. In Delhi, 12 kgs of heroin were seized in August, worth about 50 crore rupees. In Mumbai, about 1 crore rupees worth of drugs were seized from a Nigerian national. In Kozhikode in Kerala, 500 grams of hashish oil and 6 grams of MDMA from 8 people. In Manipur, 184 kgs of heroin. And so it goes on that way. Bengaluru, Mizoram, Odisha, Thiruvananthapuram. In fact, our conversations with the experts on this matter actually told us that 1/6 of the drugs in the world are being consumed by Indians right now. The market for drugs domestically in India has gone up 10x in the last couple of decades. It is a serious problem that the drugs are coming into India. It is a serious problem that our youth is becoming more and more dependent on those drugs. It is the job specifically of the DRI, the Directorate of Revenue Intelligence, and the NCB, which is the Narcotics Control Bureau, to actually investigate. And their job is specifically to stop drugs from coming into our country through our borders and also to break the cartels. Now, they're actually governed by a specific law that handles drug consumption, drug peddling, and of course cartels in our country. That is the Narcotics Act. And the Narcotics Act very specifically in its first page differentiates between those people who are consuming small amounts and those people who have made a business of it. The Act looks at those people who are consuming small amounts as people who need help, who need rehabilitation, technically 6 grams of charas would fall into the first category. It's only those people who are part of cartels, who are responsible for bringing large amount of drugs into the country, making our youth dependent on it, destabilizing our economy and our government based on the kind of money that is coming. Those are the people that these agencies are meant to crack down on. It is possible that we need to look at all of these drug seizures as one large whole story, instead of being distracted by a singular case, as one might argue the NCB has been in this point, where celebrity and a lot of media and a lot of attention is causing a distraction from the story that needs to be paid attention to, the massive amounts of drugs that seem to be coming into our country. And that's the whole story.